Hey, hello. Yeah, so you noticed that I changed my username on YouTube, and I just wanted to explain a little bit why I did it. And yeah, well, there are a couple of reasons at least. Um, First of all, I have been using that name now for a long time, Boz, and yeah, it actually originated. I started using it way back in 2011. So that's some time ago now. Yeah, 13 years, baby. And then I used it first officially on a boxing website or a message board. And well, I call myself Boss the Madman because way back when you had these Microsoft chat rooms. Yeah, I used to go there, and sometimes I would call myself the Bosnian Madman because I am from Bosnia originally, of course. And yeah, so that's where it comes. Then I shortened it to Boz because I thought it sounded cool back then, but I was, a young guy still then, and now I'm not anymore, and you know, I just don't feel like being called boss anymore. Now I feel it sounds kind of, I don't like the sound of it. Simple as that, boss. So yeah, it kind of sounds a little bit, I don't know, primitive or whatever. And the second reason is that I have recently had some, fallings out with people in Fracom and certain people anyway, and I don't like, I want to distance myself also from all that, and that's connected to the nickname Boss, all right, yeah, or Boss Cobra, as I would call myself recently, and yeah, I just wanted to kind of make a new break, a clean break with that nonsense past. And why this? Why Slade and Green? That actually goes back even further. When I first came to this country where I live now, Norway, I was like 15 years old, and so I always kind of enjoyed making up names, even though they did exist. Actually, the name Sladen does exist. I found out later. But I didn't know back then because I thought it's similar to my name a little bit, my real name, which is Slaven, and I guess English speakers say slave, and they pronounce it slave, and so it's almost the same, slave, and Slade and Green. That's just Green. I thought sounded good with Slade, and so that's all. There's no other reason. I was 15 years old, so you know how it is. You just you make up something that you think sounds cool, or you come up with an alias for yourself. Yeah, so I don't want to be called Boz anymore. Definitely. I thought 13 years is enough. And because I also started calling myself Sladen Green when I joined TikTok in 22, like 2 years ago almost. I think, yeah, almost. I think it was in May that I joined it or something, probably. Um, yeah, so it seemed natural, to just switch it over also to YouTube. And since I like that alias also better than Boz, yeah, so there you go. That's all. So, yeah, I like the name Sladen. A little bit info on the background of the name itself. As I remember, I Googled it once quite a long time ago and said was actually Irish. That was a surprise to me, Sladen. Right. So anyway, there now you know where it comes from and why I'm using it now instead of Boss or Boss Cobra. I first used my real last name instead of Cobra or Boss Janovic, but I don't think I wanna use it because it's kind of very common for people to use their real names, but not just that. We want to protect your identity too, right? You gotta be a little bit careful. So yeah, all right. So anyway, that was about it. I hope now it will be this year. I hope to be better than the last one, even though it didn't start well. But yeah, I will try to make it better. Because the last year was not good at all for me for several reasons. And one of them was also the Fracom nonsense that I then started to experience. Before that, there was not really any major episodes. But that was because I stayed on one channel, on Mr. Smelly's, where people knew me, where I first introduced myself. And yeah, the trouble began when I started checking out other channels. So anyway, don't want to start talking about that now, but anyway, just a little background. So yeah, alright. Now you know. Now you know. Alright. So that was all. Take it easy, alright? I hope this year will be a better one for us all. Bye.